Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Ross Benjamin, SBR contributor, and today we're going to be looking at that college football game between Texas A&M and SMU. Bookies right now are favoring A&M at -31.5. But before we go on, how you doing today, Ross?
I'm doing very, very well, Dex. I hope the same is the case for yourself.
It is, my man, and it's even better that we're talking football right now. So, Ross, let's get right into this, and let's start talking about Texas A&M. Now, a lot of us weren't very sold about them for this upcoming 2014 season. And in your article, you have some pretty interesting thoughts on where they actually are right now, or where you actually think they are right now. Could you actually share some of those thoughts with us, please?
A lot of the experts weren't sold on Texas A&M as an upper echelon team entering the 2014 college football season. After all, Dax, their previous two quarterbacks, Johnny Manziel and Ryan Tannehill, were both first-round NFL draft picks, and enter unproven sophomore Kenny Hill as their new starter. Well, all Hill has done in his first 3 games of the season is complete 69.2% of his pass attempts. That was good for 1,094 yards, 11 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He's been absolutely flawless. Now the Aggies, after all these pundits said that they weren't even going to be a top 25 team, they're ranked number 6 in the country at 3-0, and they're being lauded as a possible participant in the 14 playoff at the end of the season, which will determine the national championship. So fickle are those experts, Dex.
Well, that definitely clears up a lot of that for me. Now, let's look at SMU. I know that they're definitely not a powerhouse team, but are they really that bad as well, at least at the way that they looked in their first 2 games of the season?
I would lean toward an answer of yes on that one. I was willing to give them a pass against Baylor, who's one of the best teams in the country, obviously. In their opening game, they lost 45-0 at the hands of the Bears, and then they go up to North Texas and lose to North Texas 45-6. Just no excuse to lose in that lopsided manner. And that, by the way, that's the only win North Texas has had so far this season. The SMU defense has just been absolutely horrible, Dax. They've been gashed on the ground, allowing an average of 253 yards per game in their first 2 contests. The Mustangs head coach, June Jones, he's developed a reputation at both SMU and Hawaii for having prolific passing attacks. That's hardly been the case over the first 2 games, as the Mustangs are averaging just 178.5 yards passing. That's incredibly low for a June Jones passing offense, and they've scored a grand total of just 6 points in 2 games. And you add in the fact, Dax, that they're at a -6 turnover differential in the first 2 games. It certainly hasn't helped their cause. This is a really bad team right now.
All right, now, Ross, so here's a 2-point question, or a two-answer question in this case. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I've pretty actually gotten to know you a little bit better as we do these videos. Now, considering that this is a huge handicapping spread for a college game like this at -31.5, I'm thinking that you don't really like these types of plays, right?
That is correct. But,
right.
Assigned the selection to make a selection on the game, and we're 10-2 so far in the college football season, so let's do our best to keep that rolling, Dex. This is a scary matchup for an SMU defense that's been porous against the run, and they will be facing the 6th best passing offense in the country. The Aggies, by the way, they're averaging 187 yards on the ground as well. The only thing I see that can prevent Texas A&M from not covering this spread is Texas A&M. If they somehow come out flat or they self-destruct, anything is possible, Dex. But in this case, I'm thinking it's highly improbable. These are the types of numbers, as Dax alluded to, that I always steer clear of. However, if you put that proverbial gun to my head, I would lean toward laying the big number with the favorite. I'm going to take Texas A&M -31.5 over SMU in college football on Saturday afternoon.
All right, my man. I think you pretty much answered everything I needed to know. Thank you once again for all the valuable insights, and we'll talk some more football again tomorrow.
I look forward to it, Dax, and thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SPR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.